all these type of things that we see and we think that are genetic, and maybe because our mother had it or our father had it, we think it's genetic, but it's actually the diet that's unnatural that's being passed on and passed on. And our unconnectedness that we have with our roots doesn't allow us to remember what we've eaten in our past and what we're supposed to eat, especially as indigenous people, indigenous Africans, indigenous people of Americas. And when I say Americas, North America, South America, Central America, the Caribbean islands, all of that. We come from a place that's abundant in plant-based foods, solar foods, right? Foods that come from the earth, foods that come from the trees and the sky. So when we go against that and eat the only meat, milk, starches, it's going to go against our whole existence. And then we start to see premature aging and death and disease within our community and within society.
Funny enough, that they mentioned something very crucial that we always talk about all the time, because they say things that run in the most people think that the disease that they have is actually something that runs in the family, but it's a bad habit that actually runs in the family, as opposed to it being a family tradition of them being diabetic or them being cancerous. It's just a habit that most people portray. The mother and the father was eating unhealthy, so the daughter and the son come and eat unhealthy, and now they think that it's just a natural occurring thing, when it's actually not a natural occurring thing. That's one of the biggest misconceptions out there. And I feel like if you can change that and break the cycle, make sure that your generation is the first to actually start the plant-based, start the healthy habit, then that's what most people should do, no?
Yeah, that's what most people not freeing, because, as you said, people aren't analyzing that they're doing the same things that their parents are doing. So obviously they have the same outcome, but we're taught that they want to tell you about this inheriting certain illnesses, but it's the behavior, living a sedated style. Your parents aren't active, you're not active. Your parents eat certain food, you eat the same type of food, or even reacting to stuff emotionally. That's the next thing we have to retrain ourselves to, in regards to you learn to react to the world in the same way of those you grew up under, and it's not necessarily the best way and the healthiest way. So one has to be responsible for really relearning all aspects and adopting different habits and to have a different outcome. Next question I want to ask is, there's a big thing with overweight people right now, right? You have overweight models, and it's like it's almost an acceptance now, and it's okay to have this excess weight. Can a person be overweight and healthy, in your opinion?
It's impossible. It's impossible to be overweight and healthy, because even being overweight is a new concept and narrative that we see within nature. You never seen, and the only time you see an animal that is overweight is when it's in captivity under human diet. Domesticated animals, right? And we just leave things to nature, think you won't see that, right? So the fact that we're accepting it is like we're accepting defeat, and you have to look at it. It's like, are you really happy when you're overweight, right? And these people like to believe like, oh no, you're happy, right? And it's like, oh, we should just be happy the way we look and stuff like that. And the thing is that, especially when you're black too, because the thing is about that is, like I said, that's not in our nature. So it's going further against our nature. So we're more susceptible to high blood pressure and diabetes. That's why a lot of people got the coronavirus, right? Which a lot of times I'm hearing a lot there was a misdiagnosis of other things. But regardless of whether it's coronavirus, erectile dysfunction, or obesity, your immune system is weakened. Right now, if you're obese and you're telling me that you're having 3 to 6 bowel movements a day and you're eating 60 to 70% of a plant-based diet, 25 to 30% nuts, seeds, grains, and stuff like that, you're not going to be overweight, right? There's no way that you're going to be overweight and have a 3 to 6 times a day bowel movement and eat plant-based and drink gallons of water and drink a gallon of water a day. It's impossible. So there's a missing link. right? And eventually that person that's overweight is going to develop high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, or all three, right? Eventually one of that's going to happen. And then they can't even think straight too, because then once you can't think straight with, you know, with the sugar and the excess salt and everything like that, your mental can actually perceive something so false, whereas being fat, you can be happy and healthy and stuff like that. So even believe a concept like that is out of this world, right? And you can only come from that, and you can only create a conclusion like that when you eat these unnatural foods.
And Fire, we spoke about that in regards to your mind don't work properly when you live in a certain way and you're taking certain things into your body. And people who they only know the distorted view of reality can't understand what you're saying. Your mind gets clear when you live up on a certain heights and eat a certain way. You know, like real clarity and more than anything, a man should want to experience that, because you'll be in a better place. You'll think better. You'll make better decisions. You'll be more creative. You know, you'll be more open, more understanding to people, have more empathy. You know, just be a better human being.
I like being, you know, most people who even think they have a food addiction, so to speak. You know, they actually just addicted. They're not even addicted to the flavors of the food, but just the sugar and the salt. And most people, sugar and salt is the main addiction, and they don't even realize that that is the only thing that they crave for a day in, day out, you know? And that is the thing that builds up the excess fat.
And you know that my bad, you go ahead.
No, I just want to say that, and one of the sweetest things with the food still is the discipline, because most people are undisciplined people. But when you clean up the eating, it's a certain level of discipline you have to practice. Initially, it may be hard. It becomes just part of life. But that same discipline you have with that can be applied to other aspects of your life that'll help with growth. Because sometimes you someplace, you know, I go, it's just like, yo, there's nothing here for me. Nothing here for me to eat. So I just won't eat. It's not an option. You know, it's not no like, I'm going to try this today. Like, I just won't eat till I get home, or, you know what I'm saying? But that discipline, that's what people need. We need that no button to say, you know what, I'm not going to do this.
Because what it is, it's a sweet suicide, right? You're intentionally committing suicide to yourself.
Thank you for watching I Never Knew TV. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share.